Alright, Tiny Leader format is a form of Commander that works with only a few small adjustments to how it's played. It's a lot of fun. Thought I'd show you how a mono-red deck works in this format. First I need to go over a few rules. Instead of 99 cards plus your Commander, you're playing with 49 cards plus your Tiny Leader. Everything in the deck costs 3 converted mana cost or less, and some cards in the format are banned. Things like Soul Ring and Mana Vault and the original 5 Moxes, because they were a little too powerful in the first few turns, and made the game more about luck than about skill. So definitely check out the ban list on their official Facebook page, and just see what's going on in the community. It's a lot of cool stuff happening with Wraith Reforged. Alright, all cards in the deck, much like in Commander, have to be colorless or any combination of colors in your Tiny Leader. Things like dual casting cost, hybrid mana, those count towards your Commander's color identity. Anything in activated abilities or triggered abilities in the card, that also counts for your color identity for your Commander, and any cards that are any of those colors can be played. Instead of having 40 life in Commander or 20 life in Modern or Standard, you're only having 25 life. And that adjustment makes it a little bit more careful to... you really have to plan out how your damage is dealt. And that covers most of the rules, so yeah. Be sure to check out their Facebook page and see what's going on in the format. Right, like I said, I thought we'd go over a mono-red deck. It's easy to put together, easy to play. The fun thing about mono-red is it works very well as a Sligh Deck. I chose to play Tuktuk the Explorer. A friend of mine was very, very generous and gave me a foil version of the card. He is the original printing from Rise of the Eldrazi. What happens is, the new printing with him in the Duretti deck for Mono Red Commander 2014 was that when he died, you get the token. However, it still means he has to go into the graveyard. I know that's confusing because if you sacrifice a creature or a creature takes lethal damage, it still dies, but you'd have to actually put him into the graveyard to get Tuktuk the Return, much like the original text was. So keep that in mind when you play. That is the official ruling. The deck I've got here is already pretty well shuffled. 15 lands and 34 non-land cards. Sometimes I get really, really good opening hands. In fact, if you get 2 lands in your opening hand, you're set for the rest of the game. You never need to draw another land, although Tuktuk is the only card that costs 3 that you'd have available. And I want to play 5 turns to see how much damage can be dealt. So we'll keep track of how many turns with this die. Keep track of the amount of damage that's dealt with this life counter that I made out of a few wooden wheels and made it kind of steampunk looking little battery thing. So yeah, we'll keep track of how much damage we're dealing. And let's see. I've already shuffled, so deal out 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, 1, 2, and we've got 2 lands in our opening hand. We're set for the rest of the game. Now we just have to figure out what we want to play, really. We can go ahead and put that out. So turn 1, we're going to put out a mountain, tap and play a Spark Elemental, swing out for 3 damage, and pass turn, go to turn 2. 3 damage dealt. Turn 2, draw another land. Neat. Let's see, I think... Well, there's only one creature we can actually play, and that's the Mogg War Marshal. Shame we can't use him with the Goblin Grenade immediately, but... oh well, we'll try it anyway. Go ahead and cast the Mogg War Marshal, put a Goblin token into play, and go on to turn 3. Now, normally I wouldn't cast the Echo Cost, but this might be more fun, so we'll go ahead and pay his Echo Cost. Draw our card for the turn. Nice. Play a Mountain. Play a Memnite, and attack with the Goblin and the War Marshal. That'll deal 2 damage. Then we'll sacrifice the War Marshal to Goblin Grenade for 5 more damage, putting out another Goblin token. So we dealt 7 damage on turn 3, and here we are at 10 damage at the end of turn 3. Alright, let's go to turn 4. Untap, draw, Crest for the Goblin Lord. Not as useful right now, but we can still do something with it. Instead, let's, I don't think we can get out 4 goblins in enough time to make this powerful. Only got one turn left. Got the bone saw. Of course, we've got Lord wouldn't get Tuktuk out this turn. So we're going to cast the tiny leader. Tuktuk and swing for 4. 4, dealing 14 damage by the end of turn 4. Let's go to turn 5, the final turn. Will we be able to deal lethal? Probably not, but we tried. Draw, and it's another land. Well, not very useful. Go ahead and play the bone saw, put it onto Tuktuk. And let's swing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And go ahead and shard volley for another 3. So we dealt 8 damage this turn for a total of 22. 22 damage in 5 turns. Not bad. Let's see if next game will go even better. Alright, game 2. Let's get a few shuffles in. Get them on camera. Game 2. Draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. And 2 lands. We're set for the game. Let's see. Sorry about shaking the camera. Let's see. Start off. Go ahead and play the. I think we'll actually be better off playing the Shuko and the Memnite. Putting Shuko on the Memnite. And then passing turn to turn 2. Draw a card. Nice. Oh, we do have things for that. Well, cool. Let's see how much damage we can get out that way. Play a Young Pyromancer. Swing for 2. At the end of turn 2, we've dealt 2 damage. Let's go on to turn 3. Draw. Boundary Street Denizen, Spikeshot Elder, Dragon Fodder, and Kinko's Command. I think these are the better choices because we're getting out 3 permanents for doing it. Dragon Fodder, we put out 2 Goblins and a 1/1 Elemental with Young Pyromancer. Then we will swing for 4, dealing 6 damage by the end of turn 3. Not bad. Let's go to turn 4. Draw, and let's see if it's another land. That makes sense if it was, but it's not. Let's see. If we put this out and do a brute force to get another elemental token, then we can do that on turn. Well, turn 5 wouldn't do very much. I mean, essentially we'd be giving these goblins haste by putting it onto this creature. But if we play these now, we'd have the actual cards next turn to attack with. Gosh, that is tough. Well, not that tough. We could chance it that we'll draw an extra card. So maybe the better thing to do... You know what? We'll just play it for... We're playing for fun. Put out the Foundry Street Denizen and the Spikeshot Elder. And swing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage on turn 4. Puts us at 13. 13 damage by the end of turn 4. Let's start turn 5. Tap. Field's getting cluttered. Draw, Shard Volley, and Brute Force. If we do this, we get 3. Only get 3 tokens. I mean, we get 3 tokens. We do these 2, we get 2 tokens. And we deal an extra 6 damage. I think these are the way to go. Start off, Brute Force on... Let's put on the Spikeshot Elder. Giving it +2/+3. And we'll put another Elemental into play. Triggering this, giving it +1/+0. Then I think I've run out of elementals. Yeah, I think I've run out of elemental tokens. Alright, well. Cut this and Shard Volley to deal 3 damage. And put another elemental into play. We'll just keep track of these 2 came into play this turn. So this gets another +1/+0. And we will swing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. +3 from Shard Volley, that is 17 damage. So at the end of turn 5, we have dealt 30 damage. Not bad. Not bad for game 2. On to game 3. I feel it's worthwhile pointing out that I didn't even cast Tuktuk that last game. Didn't have to, but I could have, maybe. No, I couldn't. So here we are, game 3. Get a few shuffles in. Shuffle in. I titled this deck Red Rain because I like to title all of my decks after songs. So if you ever get a chance to check out the song Red Rain by Peter Gabriel, you know, I don't know, might add an extra dimension to how you're playing the deck. And if you feel like, you can just proxy this deck out and try it out with your friends. I'll provide a deck list probably tomorrow. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Let's see, 1 land. Quest for the Goblin Lord. Previous Command, Goblin Guide. I think we could actually play this. I think we can play this. I'm gonna try it. I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that we can play with only 1 mana and only 1 land, so let's try it. Play the Mountain. Quest for the Goblin Lord. Go to turn 2. Untap. Draw. Still no land, but Goblin Guide. Token on that. Swing for 2. End of turn 2, we've dealt 2 damage. On to turn 3. Tap. Land. Land! Excellent. Very excellent. Too excellent, some might say. 1, 2. Krenko's Command. Let's put 2 Goblin tokens into play. Putting 2 counters on here. Swing for 2. At the end of turn 3, we have dealt 4 damage. This game is going to go way, way too fast. But it's going to be fun. Untap. Going to turn 4. Draw another land. Wow. Huh. Gosh, that's kind of tough. I mean, I think the best thing for us to do is 1, 2, do the Dragon Fodder to put out 2 more Goblin tokens. Let's make them neat. We'll make them different so we know that they definitely came into play this turn. This gets 5 counters, and now all of the Goblins I control have +2/+0, so we're swinging for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage by the end of turn 4. Wait, no, we don't want to do that. We want to cast Shuko first. And we'll put on the Goblin Guide. Time to attack. Go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. 15 damage by the end of turn 4, and more on its way. Let's go to turn 5. Untap. We don't even need to keep putting counters on the Quest for the Goblin Lord, but we could. Draw, Hellspark Elemental. I want to point out real quick, it's not just goblins you control, it's creatures you control. Even a Memnite would get the +2/+0. In case anybody was wondering why I'm playing Memnite. I mean, I could play Ornithopter at this point. But, don't need to. Let's see, I think the best thing, actually, is because we just drew this, and we've already had this in our hand, play the Hellspark Elemental. Has haste and trample. We're about to do a ridiculous amount of damage, so hold on to your hats, butts, whatever. Let's swing out. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 damage. And then we will Reckless Abandon the Hellspark Elemental because it was on its way out anyway for another 4. So how much damage was that? 5 and another 12 is 17. Is that right? 5 and 12, yeah, 17. And 5 is 22. 26 damage. 26 more damage. Let's see, that's 41. 15 plus 26. 41 damage by the end of turn 5. I could have actually cast Tuktuk, but I didn't need to. Not bad, right? Alright, I'm going to stop it here because we got a lot on this. I hope I can still upload it and it will still process in time. I'll do I'll do a few more games later on, but these games match pretty good. That first game was a little rough, but hey, not bad. Tell me what you think in the comment section, and let me know if I'm making any mistakes. I know I tried uploading a video earlier and I made a pretty dumb mistake, so I went ahead and deleted it. I don't need that on my conscience. So yeah, Tuktuk, Tiny Leader. Check out the format on the official Facebook page.